Yo, what's up everyone? It's Carlos Hernandez, your favorite YouTuber, and we're back again with a banger of a video. I wanted to make this quick update for you guys because, like me, I had no idea what was going on with GameStop this week, and it freaking blew out of the water like 10 times, million times. It went freaking crazy. I'll put the current share price right now. And I was totally caught off guard, and there's a reason because of this. And I'm sure a lot of people were with me in the fact that they were like, what the heck is going on? And in this video, I'm going to try to explain exactly what happened.
Here we go!
So what a lot of people think happened to GameStop, and the reason why it freaking soared throughout this whole week and tripled, doubled, or went all over the place, is because of something called a gamma squeeze.
What? Bro, what are you talking about?
But right before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe to support my channel. It really helps out a lot. Thanks, guys. So I'm not going to bore you with all these definitions and technicalities and everything because, you know, I'm a regular guy. I know you guys are regular people too. I know you guys want to get straight to the details and why exactly happened. But let me explain this first of what a gamma squeeze is for those of you who don't know. And I'm going to read kind of like a definition first, but then I'll explain kind of in layman, normal people terms what this actually is. So the definition for a gamma squeeze is it's an outcome based on an investor using many options to drive up the price due to option sellers needing to hedge their trades on the underlying stock.
Boring!
So that might be a lot for some people, and if you want to read the actual definition and the process of how this happens more in depth, I'll leave a link in my description, so make sure you go check that out. It's super helpful. As an investor, it's definitely crucial that you guys know these terms, and it's definitely crucial that you guys know what you guys are talking about when you're trying to explain to other people and for your investing purposes as well.
Knowledge.
So like I said, I'm going to put a link in my description for the process of how this happens, and like I said, check it out. But now I'm going to be explaining a more basic version of what actually happened, so I think you guys will understand it more. It's more actual English rather than gibberish and big words. So this is what happened. So a gamma squeeze is basically this. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine an investor like yourself buying out of the money calls. The market makers, or aka the big people that sell you these calls, will hedge, aka buy a few shares of the underlying stock that you bought, depending on how out of the money the call was. Because if you think of it like this, if I buy an out of the money call for $150 and the stock is $50, the people who sold me the call buy the stock at $50 and my option expires worthless and the price doesn't move an inch from $50, which I thought it was going to be $150, then the people who sold me their option made money. So that's the reason why these market makers do this. But there's a key thing here to understand, and this is where the magic happens. When the price of the underlying stock goes up, the people who sold you that option are kind of forced to buy more of that stock just to average down in case it ever goes to the $150 option call that I bought previously. And since the market maker, aka the big people, the big 1% that are selling you this option, keep buying more of the stock, it kind of creates this loop. And let me break it down even more for you. So let me break it down for GameStop. So as more people keep buying these calls and more people keep buying these out of the money calls, they were out of the money but not anymore, the price of GameStop increases. But to help keep these potential losses to a minimum, market makers, aka the people that sold you the call option, they buy more of GameStop so they can minimize their losses on the call. Makes sense, right? But what people fail to realize is that as these market makers buy more of the underlying stock, is as these big companies, these big hedge funds, and all these big people, these big banks that are buying the stock, which in this case is GameStop, it'll increase the underlying stock price. The next part of this is that people who short the stock, aka bet against the stock, will get put into a tight position, aka a squeeze. And it's really bad for people who use margin, especially to short the specific stock, aka GameStop, because then they're even losing more money. So what they try to do to minimize their loss as well is that they buy the stock, the underlying stock, at whatever price it is currently at, just in case it goes up even further, and that way they can help minimize their losses. So as all of this is happening, the share price is going crazy, it's going up. And all the retail investors, all the regular people like you and I, however dumb or smart or whatever they are, if they bought out of the money calls or any calls in general, those calls no matter how out of the money they are, those calls are getting closer to becoming in the money, if not they're already in the money. Which means that these big banks, that these big companies, these big hedge funds have to hedge more, Hedge is another word for buying more of the underlying stock to help minimize the losses that they have already incurred. And once they do that, that means that the share price will increase again. And it's what people on Wall Street Bets have been calling an infinite money glitch, which is freaking hilarious. And for the first time in financial history, 2021, we already made something on the map. All of the call options for GameStop were in the money on January 29th, 2021. Because at that point in time, the highest call strike price, as of the recording of this video, which is January 23rd, and now the highest call option is $115. We don't know the premiums for that yet because it's obviously the weekend right now. But starting market open on Monday, we will find out the premiums, but it has been raised to $115, and which is crazy because it's almost double the last highest strike price, which was $60. But you see, just buying out of the money call options is not the only way that this works. There are a couple more conditions necessary for this to kind of put into practice and for it to actually work. There needs to be a reason for the share price to increase in the first place to start the infinite money loop. So there needs to be a catalyst, if you will. The catalyst was Citron Research trying to say that GameStop was gonna go to 20 while it was like at $40, and an army of retail investors, whether it's just us that did it or people as a collective just knowing that GameStop does have a future, we're trying to go against that, and currently the retail investors have won. One of the other reasons why this gamma squeeze is starting to work is because there were a good amount of short sellers. And like I just said, Citron said that this stock was going too high and that it should have been at least $20. And a lot of people follow what Citron does say. They kind of do follow it blindly, kind of like some people follow Wall Street's bets blindly. And that helps supply the amount of people that were shorting GameStop. And the third condition of what allowed this to work is that there were more people that bought call options than people who bought put options. And for those who don't really know what that means, call essentially means that you're betting that the stock price will go up, and put is the opposite. And so far from what we've seen, GameStop has met all those conditions. Thus, the increase, the crazy moon landing that GameStop stock has seen in literally the past 5 days. So it's been a crazy week for GameStop. It's been pretty historic. Their share price has freaking boomed. It's even mooned. I'm a rapper. Just kidding, that's cringe. But it's a pretty historic moment nonetheless, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not going to say to buy this stock. I'm not going to say not to buy this stock, whether it's to buy call options or to buy put options. But what I'm personally going to do is that I'm going to load up on some call options this following week when market opens on Monday. I have a pretty good feeling, and doing all this due diligence has kind of helped me make this decision, but also your decision whether you're gonna go in or you're gonna stay and watch on the sidelines, because this could very well easily just fall down to -5, but this could also very well go up to that $1,000, that crazy price range that people are saying because of the infinite money glitch. Other famous examples are Volkswagen, GME, and Tesla, but this is just a little bit different because as a collective, retail investors have kind of taken over 2020 and coming into 2021. So there's going to be a lot more people on the stock market. There's going to be a lot more money coming into the stock market. The internet's a lot bigger now. There's bigger communities online. People would like to see stuff online. A lot of people find the information through like subreddits or stock twits or Twitter. Citron Research is an example. And even though GameStop has been gaining traction, there is still stuff to support online, and there is still stuff to support online that this is just the beginning of GameStop and that the actual gamma squeeze has not yet begun, which is insane if you look at the stock price. So I'm going to leave that for you guys to do your own due diligence. I'm just trying to explain what happened from my point of view and from what I understand, and I hope that this video has been super helpful. Some would say that this is a retail investor kind of having payback on those market makers, like I told you, the 1%, those whales that kind of control the market, that have kind of been manipulating the market for the longest time ever, and that it's our job to make them bleed for all the money that they've taken from us. So who knows? This is all speculation. This is my perspective, my opinion, not financial advice, like I said. But I hope you guys liked the video. Once again, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it a lot. I'm out. See you guys next time. Good luck to you guys. Hope you guys all get tendies, make that money, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hold up.
Guys, if you don't know, WeBull will be giving you 2 free stocks when you sign up and deposit your first $100, with any of these stocks being valued up to $1,400. If you're not signed up already, make sure to use my link down in the description. Also, you'll get $10 worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase when you buy or sell your first $100 worth of Bitcoin. Link is also down in the description.